Hello NEET aspirants, welcome to the video. Today we are going to see a very important topic, and the topic is how to qualify NEET exam with 100% success rate in first attempt. So if you're somebody who wants to clear NEET examination 100% success rate in your first attempt itself, then this video is definitely for you. Today we are going to see this, and I am Dr. Vaishali, academic specialist at Biotechnica. Biotechnica is a space where we guide you in anything and everything regarding your bioscience career. Come, let's explore the topic. The first step that I have for all of you is know the syllabus and the pattern. So you should first know what you are getting into before even you start your preparation. So know the syllabus and the pattern. The syllabus is quite vast, especially the NEET syllabus is quite vast for any competitive exam and especially for NEET as well. So first know what is there in your syllabus in all the three subjects, and then know what are the units that are there, what are the sections that are there, what is the weightage that is given to all of these sections, all of these units and the subjects as well, and what is the pattern of the paper, like how many sections are there in the paper, how many marks are positive, how many marks will be rewarded, and what are the negative marking for each question that you go wrong with, right? So such things you should know, and also know that NCERT is your Bible for this particular examination. So yes, make sure that you know all of these before you start your preparation, right? So that's the first tip that I have. The second tip is choose the study material wisely, right? Because there are n number of study materials, books and notes available in the market, but what is it that you need to take up and you need to study? So you should be very careful in choosing that. So take just one high quality material, right? So obviously NCERT is a must. Apart from that, if you also want guidance from other sources or other materials, you're very welcome to do that. But take just one high quality material and stick to that one material. You can take some time to choose what material that you want to take and study, but then once you've decided that, make sure that you stick to that one particular material, and only after you finish that material, go to the next material if at all you want to take up another one. Don't try to juggle between a lot of materials for just one topic, and then you will definitely one, get confused about whatever you're studying, and two, it will also lead to scarcity of time, because you'll be spending so much time in one particular unit that your other units will not get enough time, right? So that's the reason you need to choose your study material wisely. So that is the second tip. The third tip that I have for you is create a master timetable. So once you know what you have to study, right, and you also know from where you have to study, the next question that you have to answer is how should you study, and that will be answered through your master timetable. That is, you will have a realistic and practical timetable that fits only for you, because every person is unique. What your strengths are, what your weakness is, all of that is very unique for you. So only you can prepare your unique timetable as well. So whenever you're preparing that, make sure that you're realistic and you're practical about finishing the particular topics that you've chosen to finish on that particular day, right? So be realistic about that. Have a well-structured timetable. So this particular timetable can be segregated into weekly timetable, monthly timetable, as well as everyday timetable as well. So this will make your preparation more organized, right? And you know what you finished and what you need to finish more. So that organized preparation will give you more focus and more concentration about whatever you're studying, right? So that's very important. Set short and long-term goals for yourself when you're studying. That is what you need to finish this particular hour, or what you need to finish this particular month. So have such short and such long-term goals whenever you are setting your timetable. And it's not just it's not just important for you to set the timetable, but the most vital thing here is to follow that timetable and be accountable to yourself and follow the timetable. That is also one of the most important and most vital critical point to note here, right? So that was the third point, that is with respect to timetable. The fourth tip that I have for you is prepare self notes. Now, what is self notes and why are these self notes important? So, self notes are the notes that you make yourself after you read those multiple books that you take. That is, you read from your NCRT and then you read from the guidance book that you want to follow. And three, you would also go through a lot of PYQs, that is, previous year question papers, or you would solve a few tests or a few questions and then you will learn something from that as well, right? So, or you would attend an online lecture and then learn few stuff. So all of that has to be put in one particular space. That is, if you take one topic, right? So from all of the different sources, whatever information that you're gathering, make sure that you make a specific notes for that, so that whenever you go for revision, right, it will be better for you, not just for revising faster, but also for you to remember better, because once you write whatever you've studied, then it makes your brain to recollect and remember better. And make sure that you don't write paragraphs and paragraphs in the notes. Just write points, bullet points, and say in the form of flow charts or just a diagram or a table, comparative table, etc. So just make sure that it is very precise and concise notes, so that whenever you're revising, it will be faster and more productive as well. So that is with respect to self notes. The fifth point that I have for you is about your revision. So it's very important for you to revise regularly, right? Have a weekly as well as a monthly revision, and make sure that all of this is incorporated in your timetable itself, so that you don't miss out on them. So you should also have a formula book or an equation book or a concept book where you have all of these formulas and equations written, and then you can revise this again and again so that you don't forget it, right? So when you do these frequent revisions or these regular revisions, what will happen is your final revision will not take so much time, right? You can cut down the time in your final revision because it will be very quick. And this kind of spaced revision will also help in retaining that particular concept in your mind better, right? So this is with respect to the revision. Right, so revision is also very vital whenever you're preparing for competitive examination like NEET. Right, the sixth point that I have for you is follow a healthy lifestyle. Right, so it's not just studies that you have to keep doing, but also follow a healthy lifestyle so that your brain is productive whenever you're sitting for studying. Right, so make sure that you have a healthy diet and that your mental and your physical well-being. Take care of your mental and your physical well-being. You should exercise every day for say half an hour to 1 hour, and you can also meditate as well, so that you are stress free. And all of the exercise that you do, if you sweat out, right, your toxins are going to be removed from the body, so that will help in keeping your body and your mind active throughout the day, right? So that's very important, especially when you're studying for an examination. So make sure that you take good care of yourself, right? So that is with respect to your lifestyle. The seventh point that I have is take study breaks, right? So as important as the study time is for you, it's also important to take breaks whenever it is needed. So whenever you're taking these breaks, right, so for example, you're studying for 1 hour continuously, then you can take a 15 minutes break, right? So in these 15 minutes break, you can pursue any of your hobbies, or you can go for other activities like maybe sports or playing or talking to a friend, or having a bite of the chocolate that you always wanted to have. So such things you can have, so that it feels like you are resting your mind as well as you're rewarding your mind whenever you have finished what you had to finish, right? So if you keep rewarding your mind like that is a positive reinforcement for the mind, and your next session will be more productive, right? So that's the importance of taking these study breaks. So your mind will also get refreshed and rejuvenated, and your next session will be more productive, right? So that's the importance of taking study breaks. Now, the 8th point that I have for you is get enough sleep, right? So because sleep removes the toxins from your body, especially when you're sleeping, all the toxins that has been accumulated in your body for the whole day will be removed, and so it's very important for you to get that enough sleep. This will increase the productivity of your brain as well the next day. So apart from the night sleep that you need to take, you can also try and take these shorter naps, especially between your study sessions, because that will also give that mindfulness to your brain, right? So whatever works for you, try and see what works for you better and then try to follow it, right? So that is with respect to having or getting enough sleep. The 9th point I have for you is practice, right? So we saw the importance of timetable, we saw the importance of revision, we saw the importance of the material that you have to choose. The next most important thing is to practice questions, right? So because whenever you have finished a unit and then you come and you try to solve questions from that unit, it's a form of revision in itself, right? Because you will be brushing up the concept that you need to apply for that particular question. So in a way, it is a revision itself. And it also helps in measuring where you stand, whether you're able to solve that question or not, especially when it comes to mock tests, right? Because this is a competitive examination, so you will always be judged, or you will always be ranked with respect to others. So it's important for you to measure as to where you are standing. So yes, you need to give those mock tests and then you need to measure that particular factor. And it will help in exam-oriented preparation. Now, why do I call it exam-oriented preparation? Because obviously in the examination, what you're being tested is based on the questions. So yes, if you are practicing these questions, if you're practicing these tests beforehand itself, then you will be more tuned towards the examination. And it will also help you in time management, because in the examination, time is your biggest enemy. So you need to make sure that you have the right time management strategies before going to the examination, and practicing the questions and test papers is what is going to help you in strategizing your time management, right? So that is with respect to practicing questions, practicing tests before going to the examination. The 10th and the last and the most important point that I have for you is have a positive mindset. Although you follow all of these points that I've just mentioned, but you don't have the positive mindset, you always crib about your preparation, you always crib about the stress that you have, about the amount of effort that you have to put, and if you're not confident about yourself, then it's not going to make any difference. So have that positive mindset about yourself, right? It will also have an effect in your learning process as well. If you're positive about your preparation, then that will reinforce you to prepare better, right? So yes, it will have effectiveness in your learning process. You will feel less anxious before the examination or a few months before the examination, and you will also be open to new ideas and creativity. So especially when you're writing the examination and you don't have that positive mindset, you don't have that confidence, and you start feeling anxious, then your brain will also not work. And for the question that you might have otherwise solved in the examination hall, you might not have the right mindset to put that effort and solve that particular question. So we obviously don't want that kind of a situation during the examination, right? So it's very important for you to stay focused, stay positive throughout your preparation, so that even on the examination day, you are quite positive and you can crack this examination in your first attempt itself, right? So these are the different strategies, these are the different tips that I have for all the aspirants out there. I'm sure it was super helpful for everybody. If you have any doubts, let us know in the comment section below. We're very happy to help you out. Thank you so much, and see you all until next video.